Alright, let's really talk about what's been going on because it's been all over the internet and people definitely have strong feelings. So, recently, Chrisean posted pictures of her baby boy online. Now, I usually don't like getting involved when it comes to someone else's child. That's a sensitive area, and I try to keep my thoughts to myself when kids are involved. But this situation, it needs to be discussed. Here's the thing, when you put something on the internet, especially something as personal as your child, people will absolutely have something to say.
Oh, first of all, y'all know how Twitch is. Twitch is weird. It's a different demon. Two, I did not leave my child in no freaking car. He was outside where everybody was standing. It was multiple people sitting around his stroller, waiting for me to get off the phone. Because my child father is over here being demonic, don't want to support me, don't want to do nothing, don't want to send me nothing. He's talking about sit in the house. Because, what?
That's just how the internet works. Once you go public with your child sharing pictures, videos, and live streaming your life with a newborn, people are going to form opinions. You can't share something that intimate and expect silence. People are going to react, especially if something about the situation doesn't sit right with them. Now, I'm not saying folks should be nasty or rude about it, but I do think there's a difference between being judgmental and being concerned. Let's say you saw something off with a child at a store. Would you speak up or just walk away? That's the question here. Are we speaking out of love and concern, or are we just throwing stones? It's a fine line, but it matters.
I have a great support system. I have help. I have Pastor Mike. I have Tim Bone. I can name. I have Arissa. I have a lot of support that's there for my son. I don't have to pay for anything. Diapers, wipes, clothes, you name it. No, I'm not homeless. That's the other thing. Stop. Y'all weird, especially that whole side. Y'all never cared for my son. What the heck? First it wasn't his. Y'all kept saying that. First it wasn't his. Then it was he's retarded. Then it was that. Y'all kept saying he was retarded. Y'all kept calling him Charles Barkley. Y'all was clowning my son for a whole year straight.
Chrisean's received a lot of support, especially from fans and followers who feel for her. But just because people support you emotionally doesn't mean you're off the hook for everything else. When we talk about support, we also have to ask, what kind of support are we talking about? Because raising a child takes way more than love and likes online. That baby needs a stable home, real care, emotional security, and people who genuinely look out for him. Money helps, sure. Diapers are necessary, but if that's all the baby's getting, money and material things, then we've missed the bigger picture. A child needs consistency, structure, a safe environment. If the people around you aren't holding you accountable, if they're just watching you make mistake after mistake without stepping in, that's not support. That's enabling. That's letting you sink deeper into a situation that could hurt both you and your child. And then there's Blueface. Let's talk about that man for a second. 1 minute, Chrisean says he doesn't give her anything. The next minute, she's bragging that she's paying all his bills. So, which is it? Because if you're covering all his expenses and he's still not showing up for you or the baby, then it's time to reevaluate everything. You knew who he was. You knew how he treated you. And now that things have hit the fan, you're surprised you're alone? This whole relationship between Chrisean and Blueface seems like a cycle.
I ain't know this girl baby wasn't walking. I'ma say this, and I'ma say this nicely. Chrisean need to go sit down somewhere, and she need to get this baby some help. She need to get herself some help. She need to stop engaging with all this internet shit and beef and all this shit, and keep back and forth with that boy lying and playing on y'all mind. Cause she ain't never played on mine. I don't pay her no attention. I already know she up in the head. But it's making me mad that this baby can't get down and walk. And I'm looking at him right here. It's clear that things are wrong with him. So why she ain't taking this baby, I don't get this. But we don't know what she doing behind closed doors. We don't. And I'm going to be honest, I don't think she doing that. I just don't think so. Because she like to document everything. She'd have been documented that. That shit don't make no sense. Get your ass off the internet whining about a nigga and trashing their house and go get your own shit. if you getting paid money from Snapchat and everywhere else, or whatever, because I'll be damned if I keep running back to a nigga's gonna keep throwing me the fish. That shit get played out. Oh hell no. It become a time and a point where you gotta, honey, your child should be first. You get what I'm saying? You only got one. Don't have no fault, please.
From what I've observed, Blueface only shows support when he has full control. As long as Chrisean follows his lead doing what he wants, how he wants, when he wants, he acts like everything is good. But the moment she starts to grow, becomes independent, or even looks like she's moving on, he flips the switch. Suddenly, he's threatening to take custody. He's online mocking her. He's throwing out insults about her being messy or not cleaning the house. It's manipulation, plain and simple. He knows how to push her buttons. When he senses she's pulling away, he reels her back in. This isn't love, it's power. He wants to be in charge of her emotions, her actions, and even her decisions as a mother. That's why he shows affection only when it benefits him. And when she tries to cut ties, he goes low. Posts on Instagram, makes her feel like she can't stand on her own. It's toxic. Let's not forget, there have also been rumors about Chrisean's son possibly having some developmental delays. People have mentioned that he's not eating by himself or moving around the way he should at his age. Tia Kemp even chimed in, and her reaction spoke volumes. When someone said that Chrisean was dealing with some serious parenting issues, Tia just said, "Child," with a big sigh. And honestly, that one word said a lot. Now, some people think Tia was being too harsh. I get that. But let's be real, even if her tone was sharp, I don't think she was coming from a place of hate. I think she was concerned. Sometimes, when people care, they don't always say things gently. That doesn't make it okay, but it doesn't mean they're being malicious either.
Not good.
I love you down for real. And I be ignoring every time you try to speak up against me or about my kid. The last time you spoke up against me was like, yeah, show us something. Show him holding a bottle up or something. And then shortly after, your son gets stabbed. It doesn't feel good, does it? Like, come on, bro. Come on, man. If you got a kid, right? Okay. Don't stop passing judgment. I love you down. You funny. But come on now, stop speaking on me. For real. Stop speaking on me. Go back to clapping those saggy ass asses. That saggy ass ass of yours. Just go back to mother, bro. You feel me? All you gotta do is, man, encourage the next mother, pray for the next mother, be there for the next mother. Passing judgment, trying to be funny, like I don't got feelings. You already did this before, auntie.
And let's be clear, Chrisean had every right to respond. If you talk about someone's child, don't expect them to stay quiet. She clapped back, and she had the right to defend herself. Still, I kind of agree with Tia too. She didn't lie. From the outside looking in, it does feel like Chrisean is more focused on Blueface than on herself, her healing, or even her baby. Everything seems to revolve around him, and that's heartbreaking, especially when you think about how many times he's thrown her out of his house with their baby in tow. Yet somehow, she keeps going back. It's like a painful loop. Every time she tries to step away, he pulls her back. He plays mind games, makes her feel loved for a moment, only to tear her down again.
And you nobody fun. We don't know you. You're a funny ass lady, but we don't know you, bro. In real life, we don't know you, bro. You feel me? And even if you was my aunt, call me like you really love me, bro. You don't know what's really going on for real and what's really going on. Like, I don't know what's really going on with your kid, bro. But you would want us to pray for him, right? When he got stabbed, I pass judgment. Oh, he outside. He banging. He this. He in the streets. Man, go get your son off the streets, my nigga. Stab for it, bro. Yeah, I said it. Okay. Okay, this goes for everybody, bro. Everybody, bro. Everybody that's trying to pass judgment.
That's not a relationship. That's emotional control. He knows she's vulnerable, and he uses that. And even though she's smart enough to recognize it, because we've seen her call him out, before she still ends up right back where she started. We've all seen the pattern. She'll cry on live, say she's done, say she finally sees the truth, and then, a few weeks later, there she is again back in his orbit. It's painful to watch because it shows how hard it is to break away from someone who knows how to play with your mind and heart. This is why we need to stop mixing up accountability with judgment. Holding someone accountable doesn't mean you're judging them. It means you're asking them to do better for themselves and for the people who depend on them. Tia may have sounded harsh, but her words were based on what she saw. She wasn't trying to tear Chrisean down. She was pushing her to rise up. That said, Chrisean isn't wrong for defending herself either. People love to speak their minds, but then expect silence from the ones they talk about. That's not how it works.
Click farming and bake.
You can't throw shade and expect the other person to just sit there and take it. She had a right to speak her truth.
Y'all taking me more serious? Alright. Everybody that got something to say, pray for me. I don't want to hear your 2 cents, bro. You know, just watch God rock out. You know what I'm saying? For real, bro. For real, bro. The last thing I need is everybody keep adding their 2 cents. Start praying for people, bro. For real, start praying. Start praying. Start praying, bro. For real. That's all I do is pray. Y'all keep wanting past judgment like it's funny.
Honestly, the whole thing is just sad. It's a mess with so many layers: emotional pain, toxic relationships, parenting struggles, public criticism. And at the center of it all is a child who didn't ask for any of this. He deserves better. He deserves a peaceful home, parents who work together, or at least respectfully apart, and a mom who can focus on building a stable life. I hope Chrisean gets the help and healing she needs. I hope she sees her own worth outside of Blueface. Because she has potential. She has fans. She has a story that a lot of women relate to. But she needs to make choices that lead her and her child to peace, not more chaos. And let's be honest, many of us have seen this kind of relationship up close. Maybe it was a sister, a friend, or even yourself. That's why this hits home for so many people. We're not just watching a celebrity meltdown. We're watching a young woman stuck in a cycle that's hard to break. And we're hoping she breaks free before it's too late. So, what's the takeaway here? If you're a parent, be careful about what you share online. The internet never forgets. And once you open the door to your private life, people are going to come through with comments good and bad. If you're in a relationship that drains you, manipulates you, or leaves you feeling alone, it's time to start thinking about what you really deserve. You can't pour into a child when your own cup is empty. If you're a friend or family member watching from the sidelines, don't stay silent. Speak with love, not hate. Help, don't harm. But also, don't confuse enabling with support. Let's be real, love shouldn't hurt this much. And when it does, it's time to walk away. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you agree? Do you think the public's being too hard on Chrisean? Or is this the wake-up call she needs? Be respectful, but don't be afraid to keep it honest. And if you made it to the end of this video, hit that like button, share it with a friend, and subscribe so we can keep these important conversations going. Because we need to look out for each other, especially when kids are involved. Thanks for watching. See you next time.